Good evening, everybody. Namaskar. Being an author and a speaker, I have extreme respect for words because they have immense power. I'm very good friend with words because I use them extensively and at the deepest levels to communicate what I want to say. So having said that, one word that has often been used in a very confused way, in a very generic way, and the word is called courage. We've used this word so often because we believe courage is all about being loud, courage is all about being brash, blunt, or whatever. But I don't consider anything in this generic fashion can be understood unless and until you have experienced it in your own life and found a way to be courageous for yourself. I think courage is sometimes not loud, it's being quiet. Courage is not always going out and fighting, but sometimes withdrawing from a fight, because you may be either at risk or maybe the stakes are so high, but you still manage to withdraw. That's also courage. Sometimes you are supposed to speak up, but sometimes you are supposed to not speak at all and allow a situation to diffuse. That's also courage. So courage can be used in so many different ways, and I believe there's 6 kinds of very powerful ways of looking at courage. The first one I feel, because, and if you could be using any of these, so one is the first one is the physical courage. So physically, if you're able to go on with what is needed to be done, the right thing to do, if you're resilient enough to do things despite the fact that you're not either feeling like doing it, you're not very sure whether you can do it, you're not confident, you're hesitant, but still you go out and do it. That is physical courage. Second, I think, I'm going to list out 6, 7 of them. You could use any of them at any given point of time, as long as you know that it is important for you to do this because it's the right thing to do. So physical courage is there. The second one is called social courage. I call it social courage because socially we have so many, we have a persona in this world where we avoid doing certain things just to be liked or not liked, or we feel we may not be liked. What happens then? Do you actually go out and say the things or do the things that are necessary to do or the right things to do? So socially, if you can be yourself, being your authentic self, the person that you are and what you want to say, and be unapologetic about it because it's important, it's the right thing to do, that is called social courage. The third one is moral courage. Morality today is sort of vanishing, but if we are honest to ourselves, if we really feel strongly about something, can we stand up and talk about it and do the right thing even if we are uncomfortable, even if we become unpopular? Can you talk about it? Can you say it physically? Can you say it socially? That is moral courage. Then there is something called emotional courage, and it boils down to some level of emotional intelligence in yourself, that you are able to face the emotions, whether negative, positive, low emotions, high emotions, or aggressive emotions or whatever else, but are you able to go through that and still go ahead and say what is necessary to be said? Emotional courage is very important, to be physically and socially and morally courageous. Then there is intellectual courage, because knowledge plays a very strong role in being courageous. If you have understood the rightness of something, you become way more powerful in saying it, and intellectually being able to explain something, to argue over something, to fight for something, that is also courage. And the other end of it is that if you don't think you're right, if you've still not learned about it, that you're willing to learn, relearn, unlearn, but you're able to accept that you don't know the whole thing very well, but you're willing to go ahead and figure it, but still you have a point and you want to probably come back and talk about it intellectually, convincing people around you that this is important. And the last part, that is the 6th part, is the gray area, supposed gray area, but also the invisible area, but probably the most powerful area, and that is the spiritual courage. Who you are as a person. I mean, if you're living with a purpose, you align yourself to that purpose, and that becomes your trajectory, or something that gives you a direction to speak out to what you think is important for you. And that kind of spiritual courage makes you physically actually very courageous, because you're able to convey what you want to say and use your inner power to be able to go out and say the things that you want to say. So courage is a word for today, and I have used this word not just physically but also in my life in so many different ways, understanding that it is the right thing to do. So if you're doing the right thing, you know it's the right thing to do, you can figure a way to do it and say it, and that is called courage.